Hello and welcome to Jolly Cube here on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland, Australia. I wanted to try something on this canvas that I previously scraped it, so it doesn't matter if my experiment today goes wrong, but I will explain it as we go along. I am going to use some of these lovely lilacs and purples that I'd mixed up, and I've done a couple of pours in them already, different styles. So I'm going to give kind of this old technique that I used to do a go and see if it works with a different cell activator. I will explain as I go along. So this is actually white with metallic silver, so it gives it like a metallic pale grey. So I'm just going to do my lines. I think this is one of the early style pours that I learnt to do. Not the first time I poured it was all dirty pours, but then when I learnt to give swiping a go, this was the technique that I used. So I'm going to try this and see where we go with it. So the next one is, this one is metallic lavender with a good chunk of white because I wanted to dull it down a bit. So that's my metallic lavender. So this is an easy way to swipe if you're a beginner, to learn to swipe. You can do it in lines like this, pretty simple. I should get really lovely shimmer out of this particular canvas because of the metallics in it. So that's my, and then I'm going to go with the ultraviolet. This is ultraviolet. So this is, I think it's going to be a purple lovers selection, because I've been doing a few purple colours, but then again I don't often release them in the same way I've poured them, so I know I've got a lot of purple lovers, purple people eaters. Okay. You can hear that messing around, it's my dogs eating their dinner. Sorry about that. Now this is the actual purple, so this one's a lot darker. Put it in to break up some of those lighter colours. I think it's been a while since I just did the lines like this, so it's always good to go back to some things that you used to do, that you did used to work out for me. So there you go. And I'm not sure whether to add, which I think I will add, a few lines of this cool blue to just to get out of the purpley colours, but it'll probably end up going purple. Just put a few lines in. Just taking your time, there's absolutely no hurry. Now it is literally just tilting all these colours over my canvas, making sure all of my canvas is covered in the colour. So just nice and slow, so they just literally roll over each other nicely. Roll over your ends so you get all your sides of your canvas covered. Just nice and slowly recenter it on the way back down. I need to just add some of the colour there to the corner. And tilt it gently again. And back down the other way. Over my sides. Just remember, when you're tilting, take it really nice and slow. Do not rush the process. Nice and slow. And always remember to recenter it so you haven't got the paint all down at one end where you last tilted. So it kind of makes sense, but you can sometimes forget. That can be easily done. So I'll recenter it. Okay. Just finger pop those corners. Finger pop the corners. Rightio. I need to wipe my hands now. Now, one thing I wanted to try was, I had used a couple of weeks ago, I think it was now, the Montmartre supercell pouring paints, and I'd used them in different pours to show you. This is a ready-made paint, and it actually comes with something in it that creates cells. So somebody asked me on one of the comments, have you actually tried that supercell paint over your normal, this is all global colours, have you actually tried it over your normal paint to see if it creates cells? So I am going to give it a go here to see if this little bottle all on its own might be a supercell maker. So I'm not going to go over the whole lot, I'm just going to try this one end first, and if not, if it doesn't work out too good, I'll go to plan B and use my normal cell accelerator or cell maker, which I'll explain to you in a second or two. So I'm just going to use this very soft plastic file divider and just swipe down nice and slow. I can see already there's like little champagne cells coming up. So they're not, well, give it a minute, Jill. Shouldn't make assumptions. I should know that. Because sometimes, you know, some things you have to wait for, don't you? So what I'm meaning is it's coming out in little champagne cells. I'll give it some heat. Wow, they are definitely, it's definitely helped it cell up straight away. They are a different kind of cell than what I would get when I'm just mixing my own. They're little champagne cells, and some people will absolutely love that. It doesn't look like the bloom cell or anything. So I might just go and show you the difference with a, okay, this is mixed Amsterdam paint and Australian Floetrol. So that's a different, so we tried that one, then I'll try this one and I'll bring you down and show you the difference. So this is the Australian Floetrol. I'll go over that bit. Australian Floetrol and Amsterdam Black, which is what they use for the bloom pours as their cell activator, is Australian Floetrol and Amsterdam paint, I believe. So let's give this a go. It's got that little bit of the other stuff at the end. Oh, no, I never swipe that. Never mind. Oh, see, it's a completely different kind of cell. And these cells are completely different than what you would get if you were kind of putting oh, look at that. If you were putting, what do you call it, silicone, which I very rarely do nowadays. I don't add any silicone. I'd prefer to add the Australian Floetrol, because you don't have the problems when you come to varnish it, that you've got to try and get all the silicone off your artwork before you can varnish. I'm going to go back over that because I made a bit of a whoopsie. Let's put a little bit more on there. I need to bring you down so you can see the difference. Maybe I should put some silicone in one cup and swipe it. Maybe I'll do that, hey? But that's a completely different looking cell to this pre-made one. Cell City. Okay, I'm going to turn it around. Maybe I'll do it this way now. Swipe out that way. I have some of that blue left here. I might, as a test, add, this is what I always used to use, the silicone oil, and only just like 1 or 2 drops tops. 1, 2, that's plenty for me. That's all I used to put in it when I used to put silicone in my paint. So I'm not going to put it over that black at the minute. I'm going to just, actually I probably should have swiped it, mixed it a little bit better than I did, because I didn't really mix it for very long, did I? Silly Jilly. Okay, let's give this a go. So we're doing this test, so again I will use the soft plastic file divider. See what I get. Completely different cells with silicone, I must admit. They come up straight away, they're bigger, there are some tiny ones. Oh, actually, I might finish this side off with this ultramarine blue or cool blue, whatever it's called. Why not? Ooh. Oh, this is what I don't like about silicone. See that? It was just basically 1 drop of silicone. It's gone into like a brain looking cell. It looks like a big raw brain. The cells look so fantastic at the beginning, but they're kind of wee willy warped. Yeah, they're going AWOL. It's a pity they don't sort of stay more uniform, but that just really goes to show you that silicone oil, you only need the teeniest, tiniest bit. And that is a good silicone oil when I used to do this kind of thing. And I know that what I used to do, because of these big blobby cells like brains, that's why I particularly started doing my balloon kisses in them, because it would actually break them up. I'll show you what I mean in a minute, but let me give this a bit of heat. Okay, I'm going to bring you down to have a look at these crazy cells, and you can tell me which you like the best. Okay, those are the Montmar Supercell paints that are pre-made. You don't have to do nothing to. As you've seen, I just squirted it on and swiped over it. Okay, moving down, here is the Amsterdam paint mixed with Australian Floetrol. Very nice. We all kind of know that gives that really nice like Shelley art bloom effect, you know, those lovely cells that Shelley discovered. That product worked with doing sort of supercells. Okay, over to my little brains have all gone crazy. Look, this is the silicone, and I do not like these at all anymore, silicone cells. Like I say, I've never used them much now, but what I'm going to try and do to salvage this whole painting is I'm going to balloon kiss those silicone cells, so stay with me in 2 more minutes. Okay, here we go. Silicone cells be gone. They're all gone blobby. Okay, let's see what we can do. Ooh, I should be putting that onto another canvas, shouldn't I? Because they're so lovely. It's getting rid of those blobby effects. get rid of that demarcation line down the centre. See, even when you balloon kiss into those Montmartre supercells, it creates this little like starburst effect, which is pretty cool, I guess. Let's get rid of these. They're pretty, I do not like them anymore. They're big chunky cells like that. Just a real good firm push. Another thing, if you're having trouble with your balloon kissing, is go away, leave the canvas for 20 minutes for maybe the paint to absorb into the canvas a little bit and dry off slightly. It will allow you, sorry about that guys, some better kissing. Let's see if I can add a bit of, this is just trying to, remember this was a test for you guys and myself to see how we could manage the or who prefers what. I definitely am not a lover of the, what you call it, silicone. You dogs, you're going to make people jump out of their skin. Okay, I'm done. Done as a chicken dinner. Done. I'll post some pictures and the different cells, and you can tell me. That's ended up quite cosmic looking, I believe. So I'm going to let you be the judge of it. Okie doke. Bye for now. Take care.